What's up, people? In this video, we're gonna watch Jen Brett. Oh, somebody told me to watch something about her. Honestly, sometimes I wonder why you guys why you ask me to like watch these people, like why them specifically. I mean, okay, she's got a big butt. Okay, who is this girl? Is she like, what does she do? She's like an eating disorder influencer or something? Like, what's going on here? I don't know. Let's look at her popular videos. Oh, those were her popular videos, or were they not? Full day of eating, how I stopped binge eating and thinking about food. Full day of eating plus not controlling my body. Full day of eating. Fuck, man. Honestly, like, any of you like wannabe fitness or wannabe YouTubers out there, like, just record yourself eating food. Done. Like, that's it. If you're a girl, bonus points. No offense. Whatever your name is. God, another one of these. Oh, what else is there? How many views does this have? Full day of eating. Fuck, whatever. We'll just do this one. Alright, anyway, yeah, we'll do this one. If you guys have any other recommendations for videos or YouTubers, let me know. Leave me a comment, please.
He dropped me on the floor.
I put you down. I didn't drop you.
You did. He dropped me. Good morning, friends. I just woke up and let me show you actually what I woke up to this morning. So everyone, what you did. Come on, man. Go show them. This is what I woke up to this morning. Yep, you go show them. Look at this. Like, are you kidding me? Was this you? Yeah, it was. Are you guilty too? Don't eat it, ma'am. What are you doing? Yeah, no, it was kind of funny. I literally didn't even hear it last night. I must sleep very soundly because I didn't hear a thing. And do I have anything to update you guys with? Oh, I did get called into work today, but it's only a 4 to 7 shift, so it's super quick, and I didn't really plan on that, but I guess I can show you guys what I eat on work day today. Now I gotta clean up this mess over here because I still haven't done that, and then we're gonna go eat some breakfast. Okay, so there you have it. I just made myself a bowl of protein oatmeal. I'm sure you guys aren't surprised by that. And then, of course, I made myself, and then what are you doing? A mug of green tea in my Las Vegas mug. Oh, guys, I miss Vegas.
Why do you guys care so much about what these people eat in a day? Like, it just like hit me. I'm like, why do you guys care? Nobody asked me to do this specific video, but like, what's the appeal? Like, why is this suddenly like an interesting thing to watch? What somebody eats in a day. I mean, and I guess the reason I ask is all this shit is the same. It's all fucking the same. Oatmeal, bananas, fruit, like fake like vegan milk. Like, is this girl vegan? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. But like, why? I don't know. I just don't get it. All right, let's just.
All right, so mid-morning snack right now is a gala apple, I don't know how to say it, with some cinnamon, and then I also have like a little bowl of trail mix. So just want to update you guys, it's like 11 o'clock right now to put on some white rice in this little rice cooker. That's all ready for me to go when I need to prep my meal for work. Before lunch, I just wanted to take a few minutes, let's hope, to talk to you guys about something that I've never really talked to you guys about before, which is binging and, you know, just constantly having these urges to eat everything in sight. I think it's important for anyone struggling right now with binging or constantly thinking about food to realize where that comes from. There's a book called Brain Over Binge, and this book literally, I truly believe, saved my life. And now I didn't struggle with binge eating disorder. And I'd heard of this book before, but I thought, well, I'm not struggling with binge eating. Like, this doesn't apply to me. But I can tell you right now, that book literally opened I'm just mind blown. Basically, what the book explains is why we constantly think about food, because constantly thinking about food or wanting to eat everything doesn't just happen to people with binge eating disorder. I know for us people who have struggled with food restriction, it is always on our mind. Something that I learned through this book was that our brains, we have a conscious brain and we have kind of an unconscious brain. Unconscious part of our brain is kind of what's responsible for, you know, when we're sleeping and we're still breathing, we're not consciously making the choice to breathe. Our unconscious brain is just keeping us alive and breathing for us. And then the conscious part of our brain are the things that we can tell ourselves to do. So like I'm telling myself that I'm gonna pick up this pineapple. I'm consciously doing that. When it comes to food restriction, a lot of eating disorders stem from this. We want to restrict ourselves, and that is a conscious effort that we make. We consciously tell ourselves that we are not good enough, that we want to lose weight, so we consciously restrict our food. And now this is why diets never seem to work, because when we restrict ourselves from food, our brain, this unconscious part of our brain, people also, I think they call it like our primal brain or our instinctual brain, that part of our brain sends a signal to us saying, hey, we're not getting enough food. And your body basically goes into kind of like a fight or flight mode. It goes into survival mode. So the unconscious part of your brain is now sending you signals to eat because it is not getting enough food. And the first thing it's going to do is, hey, I need food, I need food, I need to eat. And this is why a lot of people end up binging, because this part in our brain that is telling us to eat, it kind of takes over because there's a survival part in our brain, and we end up consciously giving into this urge to binge because we just can't take it anymore. This part in our brain is just...
She's cute. Yeah, so here's the deal. Eating disorder girls of YouTube. I recorded an hour-long video yesterday on how to stop binging, how to stop binge eating, and what I think is a very effective method. It's an hour, might take you a while to watch it, but I think it's really good and it's very thorough, and it will probably, if you actually do the steps, you don't need to fucking know all this other shit, in my opinion. That said, this binge eating disorder, like, do you really need to know all this, like, conscious mind, unconscious mind? I'm not saying that's not true, but like there's maybe she'll get to the solution later, but in my opinion, it's just more effective to start with the solution, right? Like, don't tell me about the problem. I know about the problem, right? I know already. Like, what's the solution? And okay, before I tell you that, I guess what I learned yesterday when I did the Kino Body video, which should be up by the time you guys watch this one, basically he said that when you feel guilty about eating unhealthy food, you're more likely to eat more unhealthy food. So yes, this like under eating, let's call it, and restricting your calories, that will make you hungrier, and it will weaken your willpower, like lower your willpower to the point where you might have that first unhealthy bite of food. But what seems to be missing from her like explanation is the effect of guilt. Okay, and when I saw this video by Kino Body, that's kind of what clicked in my mind and why I decided to make that hour-long video. Because essentially what he says, and he cites a study that backs this up, is that guilt is, I don't want to say the main contributing factor, but let's just call it that, is like the root cause of a binge, okay? Fit people can eat a piece of unhealthy food and not binge, and not because they don't feel guilty about it, okay? Because we have all these other habits in place. We work out, we eat mostly good food, you know, whatever, we like eat healthy food, we're full all the time because we eat the right foods, which is another thing. So we don't feel guilty when we have fucking something unhealthy. So if we don't feel guilty, we're less likely to binge, right? Makes sense? Maybe she'll get to that, I don't know. In my research, quote unquote, of like watching these YouTubers and their eating disorders, very few of them, in fact none of them, have addressed the fact that guilt is what causes binges. Some of them might mention feeling guilty like casually in passing, oh, and by the way, I feel really guilty when I do it, and then like move on about like how it's so dramatic. But I think this issue of guilt is something that needs to be addressed, specifically how guilt will cause an extreme binge. Make sense? And like, yeah, so basically what she's saying is like, you undereat all the time, you're starving, and then when you're starving, your body says to eat a lot of food, so you binge on shit, right? This, like I said, is missing the aspect of guilt, number one, causing the extreme binge on shit. And number two, it's also missing the proper food choices, which in my opinion, if you watch my hour-long video, are, you know, like meat and eggs, basically, different types of meat. Anyway, let's fucking...
Any of you guys have struggled with binging, you feel almost out of body. You can't stop yourself. You're full, but you keep eating. You just need to keep eating, and you almost, I don't know, it's very hard to explain. You can't understand why you're eating so much. You don't want to eat all this, but you just can't stop yourself. And that's the unconscious part of your brain reacting to the conscious decision that you made to restrict yourself. So then when you end up giving in because it really does take over your body, you end up then making the conscious decision to purge. And now purging doesn't necessarily mean going to the bathroom and throwing up. I'm not saying that, but people find different ways to purge. It could be just restricting more. It could be over-exercising. There's so many different ways, but it's a cycle, you see. You consciously restrict, you unconsciously have all of these urges to binge, you consciously and kind of unconsciously give into your binges because, I mean, we can't take it anymore. And then we consciously make the decision to kind of purge and punish ourselves for what we did, and it's a cycle, and it becomes a habit, and it's so hard to get out out of. And I didn't realize that I'd struggled with this when, all I could ever think about was food. It was just like, that's all I was thinking about all day long. I feel like I used restriction and, constantly thinking about food to kind of numb myself for, feeling anything else. I didn't want to feel anything else. I didn't want to feel my feelings. I didn't want to feel anything. So I just kind of went with it, and I lived a life where I was constantly thinking about food. I read this book and I realized why I was constantly thinking about food. It really clicked with me, and I realized that the reason why I was thinking about food is because I wasn't giving my body enough food. And so after I read this book, I consciously made the decision that I needed to feed my body. I needed to feed it properly. I needed to feed it more frequently. And then I was hoping that because I was doing this, that I wouldn't get these urges to constantly think about food or binge. Honestly, it was shocking what it did. When you eat enough food throughout the day, you find that you're not thinking about food as much. But I remember when I used to eat super low calorie food, I was constantly just thinking about my next meal, or, oh my God, I wish I could eat this. And that is my unconscious brain telling me that my body needs food. Like, a lot of the times these foods that your body is craving is,
oh my God, like, is this such a strange concept for like the hundreds of thousands of girls out there that have an eating disorder, that like you need to put nutrient dense food in your body to prevent a binge? That's like, no offense, but like, are women just like not like smart enough to understand that without reading a book? Like, no offense, but like, is that not obvious to people? I guess. But she's right. I don't know if she's a vegan or not. I haven't seen her eat any meat. I like, it would be better if she ate some meat, obviously, but like, if it's not stupid if it works, I guess. She looks good, I guess, like thinner, I'm guessing she works out. But yeah, that's right. Like when you like, undereating is terrible. And like what you said about the cycle, that's also bad, right? You undereat, you slow your metabolism, you lose all the muscle because you're fucking starving yourself. And then you're so hungry and you don't have the proper values about eating the right foods, like she said, that you binge on shit because you just have no discipline or self-control anyway. Like, honestly, like, not that I don't want to do these like binge eating, full day of eating videos anymore, but these like eating disorder girls, but I really feel like I covered everything in that hour-long video that I made. So like, subtle plug for that video, I think I'm going to make it the main video on my channel. Highly recommend that you guys watch that, because I cover literally everything that I cover now in much more detail. But anyway, yeah.
Is like very sugary or carby or oily or fatty foods, because that is literally just like quick calories. Your body wants them, and that's why we binge out on these foods, because your body just wants them. So I really highly recommend that you guys read this book, because this book literally...
So sorry, yeah, it's not because your body wants them, it's because you're not choosing to eat the right foods, okay? If you were doing this, let's say 1,000 years ago, when like your fucking donuts didn't exist, would you like magically crave donuts that don't exist? No, you would eat like actual food, because that's what was around. But you, no offense, are like lacking in discipline and self-control in general in your life, that you just kind of lunge for whatever the nearest like unhealthy piece of food might be. And then, like I said earlier, the role of guilt is not to be underestimated, because once you have that first bite of unhealthy food and you're used to depriving yourself, you're used to under-eating, fucking eating these like low-calorie foods and like starving yourself, you're thinking to yourself, well, I just fucked up. Today's not going to be an under-eating day. I just had a cupcake. I might as well fucking go crazy and eat as much unhealthy food as I want, because I know that tomorrow or the next day or whatever the day after, I'm probably going to go back to fucking starving myself like I have been. Okay, this is very common also with people who do fasting. Okay, you'll see a lot of people, they'll fast for a couple days, they'll lose a ton of weight, and then when they do a refeed, maybe they're good for a couple days, they eat healthy food, whatever, but as soon as they have that first bite of unhealthy food, it's like the floodgates open and they're like, fuck it, I just had this thing, I might as well go crazy, because if I need to lose the weight again, I'll just fast for a couple days.
It helped me so much to understand why I was doing what I was doing, why I was thinking about what I was thinking about all the time. The important thing is that we're not restricting ourselves. We're not restricting our calories. We're not restricting our hunger. We're listening to our bodies. And honestly, it is amazing what that does for our unconscious brain, because you won't feel the need to eat everything in sight. You won't have these insane cravings. And that's why I say, like, when you respond to your body, you're not going to just like eat everything. It was shocking to me when I just like kind of listened to my body and I would eat what I wanted, that my body was just like craving fruit, and it was craving stuff where I was like, I thought it was just going to be eating pizza every day. So it's really an incredible thing when we trust our body and when we listen to our body, what our body does in return. So I feel like if we can show our body that we can trust it, our body will then trust us. And getting out of that cycle, it's not easy by any means. I'm not trying to say that it's easy, but realizing why we're in that cycle was very like, ding, the little light bulb went off in my head. So anyways, speaking of food, it is now lunchtime, so we're gonna go make some food. Right, so my white rice is all finished cooking, and then yesterday when I was at the store, I picked up
So, God, fake chicken, she's a vegan. All right, anyway, so number one, it's not stupid if it works, I guess, if that's like your solution to not binge. You read some book and some guy like explained all this shit to you, I guess. Like I said, my personal preference is to not have to fucking read all these books and like learn all this shit, is to just do the things that I've learned work as a result of my own experience. That's just me. If I can narrow it down to 3 or 4 things that I know that I need to do to be lean and be healthy and fucking be able to run 7 miles and crush a workout in the gym in a day, that's enough for me. I don't need to learn any of this shit, right? I'm over it. Also, she's a vegan, which seems to me like it's some kind of like, a lot of girls will go vegan, not because they necessarily care about animals, but because they think that meat will make them fat, which it seems like she still believes that. I don't know anything about her. Maybe she loves animals, whatever. But they think that like meat will make them fat, so they still stay away from meat. So, you know, I don't know anything about her, like I said, but like, why would anybody eat this, right? Why would anybody buy this and eat this instead of real chicken? You know what I mean? Is it possible that she like really loves animals so much that she can't bring herself to like eat an animal, you know, that lived a bad life in a fucking cage? Or does she just think that this is going to make her skinny, right? Judging, and no offense to her, like she's cute, whatever, I'm sure she's a nice person, but judging by like this, like all the shit she said about having an eating disorder, it's probably because she thinks it'll make her skinny. You know what I mean? She just chose vegan so she would kind of eliminate the possibility of eating meat, which she probably thinks will make her fat.
Pack of these Guardian crispy chicken things. I've never had these before, so I think I'm gonna try it out for lunch right now, and then if they're good, I might as well just take these to work with me for dinner. Alright, so there they are, and honestly guys, they just look like chicken nuggets. I don't know, I just didn't expect this. So I'm gonna taste one really quickly, and then I'll know if I should make this for my dinner as well. Oh my god! Ugh. Look at that! Oh, this is delicious! Alright guys, well there you have it. That is going to be my lunch. I got some of these little chicken nuggets, asparagus, carrots, avocado.
Okay, so I made a face when she took a bite just because it looks disgusting to me. However, let me just point out here, natural food, natural food, natural food, natural food. This is probably made with natural ingredients. So like, is this like soy probably, which is natural? I mean, this is processed because like whatever, it's like made in some factory somewhere. It's not the best. Like this is basically the theme of the Megan McCollum video that I made. It's not the best. It's not bad for you per se, and you can get away with it if you're working out. I'm not sure if she does, but she's eating at least enough healthy food that doesn't really matter. Not optimal though.
Oh, and some white rice. Alright, so it's now 1 o'clock and I literally have spent the last hour doing laundry. I feel like when I'm vlogging, I'm always doing laundry, or maybe I'm just always doing laundry. I don't know. But I'm now going to make my dinner for the night so that it's all ready to go, and I'll do that right now. So I have a 3-hour shift, and this is what I'm going to be taking with me. This is what a day in the life of Jen on a work day looks like, and it's not very exciting. And what do you want? She's right here. So I have to leave for work very shortly, and before that, we're gonna have another snack because I'm getting a little bit hungry, and it's important to eat. Did you have your snack? Oh my god, ew, she just drooled on the couch. I've never tried this before, but it's like Daya cheese, some pasta sauce, and then a little pita. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so good. Guys, this is an amazing idea for a little snack. Look at that. Look at it. I'm taking my 2 meals here. I'm just gonna put them in my bit.
So, you know, all of this food, when I say, oh, it's not healthy, like, it's, again, fuck, can't repeat myself enough. Like, this is like, this, if you've seen one vegan, like, what I eat in a day video, you've seen them all, right? It's not the best. It's not bad for you, per se. And you can get away with it if you're going to the gym. And I guess what I should add to that, you can get away with it if you're going to the gym, and you're allowing, like, this food to prevent you from binging on shit, right? That Daya cheese, don't think it's real cheese because she's a vegan, so it's probably made from, like, I don't know, what do they make vegan cheese from? Something else that's probably like a vegetable, right? Or fruit, or like, fuck, I don't even know. Pita, okay, it's not super bad for you, and like some red tomato sauce or something. And then why I laughed is like, what I noticed about girls who are vegan, just the couple that I've seen on YouTube, is that they don't cook. Vegan girls don't cook, right? It's like, maybe they can cook, but they don't cook, you know? Whereas like, this is my personal bias, but like, I like a girl who can cook, right? Or, sorry, not a girl who can cook, a girl who cooks, right? You see this a lot with like, it's generally like a more, like a trait from girls who are more traditional, and generally speaking, like, girls who are vegan are not traditional girls, because those are not, like, traditional diets include meat, straight up. And like, you know, all the tattoos and stuff like that, that's not a traditional girl, right? Nothing against that. I'm not saying her tattoos are bad or she's a bad person or anything like that. It's just not, you know. So anyway, I just thought it was funny. Like, none of these vegan girls cook. Like, they just don't, you know. Whatever. Just random thought.
Egg, and we're off. And it is 3 o'clock, I think it is, and it's my first time outside all day. Feels good to be out. It's actually nice that it's not raining for once. Guys, this is the time where we have to depart, but I did stop at Starbucks and I got myself a grande, so even a latte, so that I can have this during my work shift. Hopefully, I won't be there too long. But for now, I gotta go. So I will see you guys at 7 o'clock, and I will not look like this. I can tell you that right now. I finished my carrots and raspberries, and then I just started eating my main meal, and then I have like a tiny bit of this left over. So, all right, guys, I am finally done work. Oh my god, look at my hair. It's literally a freaking mess. Oh, good lord. It's 7:05, and honestly, guys, my feet are so freaking sore. I think my shoes are like busted. I didn't eat all my food, and now I'm just gonna drive home. So, I literally stopped at the side of the road so I could film this for you guys. The first thing I'm doing when I'm getting home is putting my oven on so I can have my day of pizza. Okay, now while my oven is preheating so I can put my pizza in, I'm just going to jump in the shower quickly. I'm not doing my hair just like my body because I feel sweaty and gross. So the pizza is in the oven, and I filled up my water. Now we just gotta wait for the pizza to cook. Come in.
Hello.
What do you have?
Embarrassing.
Are you kidding me?
What?
All right, what did you get?
I got half eaten fry.
Mm-hmm.
I got a double quarter pounder BLT.
And then you got 2 little burgers. Did you know that I'm making a day pizza for me?
Yummy.
Delicious!
Aw, say hi.
She's like, I don't like McDonald's. Okay, bye, ma'am. You wanna go get pizza with me? She's like, yes. You're so good, ma'am. I love you. I love you so much. Eddie, you wanna bite this, Connor?
Kinda.
It's supreme. Ooh, look how good it looks. Eee! So the pizza is now all ready, and now I'm not having the whole thing. I'm just going to have, what, like 4 slices of this? This is what I'm gonna be having right now. 4 slices of day pizza. So it is now approximately, what time is it? 9:23, and Connor's over there. Can you hear me, Connor? I hate you.
Huh?
I'm about to make something for a little snackaroonie. I kinda wanna make my protein cakes. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna make
Vegan girls don't cook. Like, they just don't, you know? Because you don't need to cook this food, I guess, right? Like, if let's say you're a vegan, let's say you do it like Clarence, right? The vegan strongman or whatever, like any of these like athletes, right? Like, you don't cook beans, right? Who cooks beans? You buy a fucking can of beans, put it in like a bowl or whatever. I guess you could say cooking rice, but is that really cooking? Like, you heated up some rice in a fucking rice cooker. Okay, fine. And what else? Like, what else did she eat? Like, pizza? That's not cooking. I'm sorry. Putting a pre-made pizza in the oven is not cooking. What else? Like, what's she? Protein cakes? Like, I don't know what those are. Maybe, I don't know what those are. I can't comment. And again, like, you know, it's 2019. Does a girl need to cook these days? No, she doesn't need to. But, you know, like, it's still a desirable trait to some people, in my opinion. And again, I cook. You know, I know how to cook. It's not like I cook all the time when I have access to a kitchen. So, like, I'm not saying, you know, the girl has to cook or anything like that. I just think it's interesting how none of these vegan girls cook. So, like, you know, not saying that they have less desirable traits than more traditional girls. But I just think it's interesting. She's cute. She's super cute.
my protein cakes, but before that, I want a couple spoonfuls of this. Yeah, guys, look how good this is. I'm having half fuel ice cream. So I'm gonna have like 2 more bites of this, and I'm gonna make some of my little protein cakes. Okay, that's good. So good. I love it. All right, so I got one in the microwave right there, and literally this is just, I can't even wait to put them on my plate. I just like eating them as I make them. All right, Connor's coming to say bye to you guys.
So I'm all you really care about.
No, they love me. What's gonna be my last snack of the night?
Lenny Layer's cookie.
Yeah!
I was right?
Yeah, probably like a snickerdoodle or pumpkin spice. What?
Keeps getting stuck.
Can you not, child?
Watch.
All right, this is it. He dropped me on the floor.
I put you down. I didn't drop you.
You did. He dropped me. All right, yeah, he's gonna leave. So I'll see you guys once I go to bed shortly, maybe soon. Okay, bye. Come here. Come here, man. Good girl. You wanna go sleepy? Yeah. She sleeps with me every single night. She's balding. Her eyes are balding. I don't know if that's normal for cats, but maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I hurting your feelings? You're so beautiful, always. So, anyways, guys, me and the little mighty squeak right here. Hi, baby. I'm sorry, guys. I get distracted so easily with her, but this is going to be the end of the night, and Connor was right. I'm having a pumpkin spice cookie. I'm only having half of it. I actually. Oh, so I took a bite. Was it you, man? I have half of it. That's kind of just all I feel like. I could have had a whole cookie, but we had a bad experience one time. Whole cookie when I should have just eaten half, and then I couldn't sleep because my stomach was upset. So we're gonna eat half a cookie. That's it. Had a really good day today. Hope you guys enjoyed coming along the day with me, and I guess I don't really have anything else to say other than I love you guys, and I'm gonna eat my cookie. Oh, I gotta wash my face. I always.
All right, I think that's enough. I get the idea. I mean, I don't know. Like, this is another vegan. Like, I'm so surprised. There's so many of these girls. Like, who would have thought? There's like where do these girls come from? Like, had an eating disorder, is now vegan, does like how I stop, what I eat in a day. Like, is this like, where are they coming from? They're not to say they're all the same, but like none of them cook. Like, well, maybe it's just her and Megan McCollum. I haven't like really like looked at too many of these girls. Is there another one? I don't know. That guy that I did So True Q. Did he cook? Not so much, right? But I guess as a vegan, there's like, how can you really cook? Like, it's like, what is there to cook? There's not really much to cook. Like, you can like heat up your like fake chicken patty in the stove. It's already pre-cooked. Yeah. Anyway, she's super cute. I actually, fun fact, I've never dated. Oh no, that's not true. I was gonna say I've never dated a blonde, but I just thought of one. Yeah. Okay, she's cute. Typical like vegan girl, or girl who had an eating disorder, went vegan, eats a lot of processed food, probably works out now. Can you get away with it if you're working out? Yes. Is it optimal? No. It's like, what can we call that category, right? Let's give that a category name for ease of like reference next time. Anyway, thank you for telling me to watch this girl. If you guys have any other recommendations for YouTubers or videos that you want me to watch, let me know. Peace.